His mock draft 2.0 has dropped with 4 different quarterbacks taken in the first 11 picks. You want to hear it? This is how it shakes out. He's got Bryce Young to the Panthers at number 1. C.J. Stroud going next to the Texans at 2. Will Levis going to the Colts at 4. And last but certainly not least, Anthony Richardson to Tennessee with the 11th overall pick. Now, yesterday, Anthony Richardson was on NFL Network, and he was asked point blank if he would be okay taking his time behind a veteran quarterback.
Okay.
Me as a competitor, I always want to go in and play day one. That's just something I've always been doing since a youngin', just going in and playing, day one. But as I got older, I learned that, football is all about experience and knowledge. And going and sit behind a veteran, that'll be a blessing. There's some truth in some of the things people are saying, but hey, I recognize it myself. They're not the only ones that see it. I don't want to be a guy with a 53 completion percentage or a guy with barely any touchdowns. I want to be the best. So growing and getting information and just getting better, that's something I plan on doing. And when the time does come, I get to a team, I get to get on the field and keep getting more experience.
God, Anthony, he's so cool. He's so humble, so salt of the earth. He knows that he's insanely gifted. He knows he has talent, but he also knows he needs development, and he has no ego in saying that. Now, Cam, I'm looking at you because I know that you got to spend some time with him recently. We want to know, what did you learn about this guy coming out of Florida?
Yeah, I spent a few days with him in Jacksonville last month. We'll have a feature coming out on NFL.com on that plug. Nice. But really, the big thing for me was the humility that he showed, but also the willingness to know what I can work on. I was with him every day, and he's getting there at 8, 9 a.m., working on his mechanics, working on those short passes. The knock against him. He can't throw with touch, or he can't throw the short passes. Well, they've been working on having him throw with more of his core instead of his arm, giving him permission to throw with velocity, him and his team down there. And so I think one thing that I've learned about him throughout the process is there's a narrative that maybe because he had 393 throws, he had 13 starts, he's not ready. His knowledge of football is excellent. He graded 2. There's this S2 test that everybody's raving about. Yep. He graded well on that. I've talked to teams who said he did really well in the meeting room. And so this is a guy where you get an athletic guy who's the most athletic quarterback we've ever seen tested at an NFL Combine. You've got that size, you got that ability, and you can get more out of him. A team's just got to take a chance on him. And, cool stories that came out of it. I learned that first thing he loved was a Nerf football. 2 years old, he hit his grandma's window. His grandma blamed his mom for it because he said there's no way that a kid can throw the ball that hard. He was throwing the ball
He broke
rockets.
the window?
Not broke it, but he made a huge clap.
Oh, no
and
kidding.
his uncle Tonka taught him how to throw from that point forward. But he always had that rocket. He's always been a backflip loving dude. He goes through multiple bags of candy throughout a workout. He's a big kid, but also a very mature dude who's raised his brother throughout the time there. And one cool story I learned from one of his teammates at Florida. Didn't go great in Florida this year. They went 6-7, 54% completion rate. He said after a loss this year, they had a team meeting. The coach essentially challenged them all and said, hey, who's going to accept the challenge? Everybody kind of half-heartedly said, yeah, I'll accept the challenge, right? Anthony Richardson gets up about 5 seconds later, tears coming down his face. So why would you lie to your team? If you don't want to do this, let me know now. I'll quit this and become a firefighter. He grew up wanting to be a firefighter, EMT. He said that everybody got chills. Team really respected him. He rallied the team. It kind of showed why he's a 20-year-old kid, but he can lead a team if they're willing to bet and develop on him.
I'm glad you told that story because his measurables are so titillating in draft season. They're so incredible that you think, well, this is just this big, muscular, fast guy. But there's this whole personality side, this whole leadership side. And I know, Kimmy, you've seen it too because you've talked to him. Here's the thing. Some team is going to not be able to resist. They're just going to be too tempted. There's too much sugar. It's too sweet. It's too tempting that we might get a home run in this guy. So someone's going to draft him pretty early, I mean. The question is someone going to be able to resist drafting him to get in there week 1 or even month 1? Ideally, if you want to root for this guy's success and of the team that drafts him, you want your classic sit behind a veteran model, all right? And that sounds great to say, sit there for a year or even a half a year or do the Mahomes thing. That sounds great. But who is that? So who are those teams? So let me show you something. These are the teams that could draft Anthony Richardson that have a guy there who he could sit behind. Because you can't just say they should do that. Tell me the teams that should do that. All right. Seahawks at 5. Geno is right there. Go to the Pacific Northwest, play for Pete Carroll. Raiders at 7. We know the deal with Jimmy. It's great and everything, but this would also be a major splash for Las Vegas and the Super Bowl's there. Titans, sure. They're just sitting right there. The Malik thing last year would be unfortunate to move on from, but do it. Lions, absolutely. We debated this all week. Should they just stick with Goff?
Yeah.
Maybe not. Vikings? Question mark. Massive change that. Now, he'd have to get to 23. They'd have to move up. But if they had the idea, oh, Kirk, we love you, but look at this guy.
Yeah.
Saints.
That's my favorite one.
Saints?
Yeah.
Long-term marriage with Derek Carr? Are we going to bank on that? Are we sure that he's going to show up and just absolutely kill it? Because we were having that same conversation about Matt Ryan moving to the Colts last year, and now they're looking for a quarterback still. These are the teams, veteran in place, Anthony Richardson, we're going to draft you, we love you. Just sit for a while, learn from one of these guys. This is your crew. So I see 6 teams that I think are good landing spots for Richardson in chronological order, and I think it starts at 5.
I love that. I love that list, and I love what Richardson said, the self-awareness to say, like, I know there's things I need to work on in my game, and I'm okay with that. I'm not trying to hide him or play off that, hey, I'm ready to step in day one and go out there and be the starter and lead a team to a Super Bowl if possible. And I look at that situation and those 6 teams you put, and I think it is an ideal spot for him, and it will work out great if he can go there, sit behind somebody, learn, and then finally get his opportunity. But it just doesn't always work out like that. Mike Tyson once said, everybody has a plan until you're punched in the mouth. And you look at some quarterbacks who end up getting drafted high, and you say, hey, he can sit behind so-and-so, and when he's ready, he'll get his opportunity to go. And then you walk into a city, and things don't go right. You look at those teams, and next thing you know, he ends up on one of those teams. He ends up on the Titans at number 11. And Tannehill goes out there, and he struggles out the gate. And the team now is looking at a record where maybe they're 1-5.
Get him in.
And Richardson played in the preseason, and you saw those glimpses. We saw it with Malik Willis last year. He got in the preseason, and everybody was like, Malik Willis, get him in the game. And Vrabel and them kept him out, and obviously an injury forced him into playing. But you go extremely high. Last year, Malik Willis goes in the 3rd round. If Anthony Richardson, somebody moves up, Seattle maybe gets him at 5. Somebody moves up to 4 or 3 to try to draft him to their organization with the hopes of he can be our franchise guy at some point. And things start out rough. And there's a coach that possibly is on a hot seat. And the fans are clamoring. They're in the stands and they're cheering. They want Richardson, and now he's inserted. I think when you draft him this high, yes, you want to develop him. You want to see, hey, in the future. But you have some inclination that, hey, if he's inserted, we maybe think that we can get something out of him.
The worst, though, Jay, what if he goes to number 2 to Houston? And then it's like, go get it, buddy. It's yours. Like, which is a better recipe?
Definitely, the best recipe is if a guy can sit. I think we've seen that. We saw it with Mahomes. We saw it with Aaron Rodgers a few years ago. I think Ryan Leaf comes on our show all the time. He talks about the psyche of a quarterback, the pressure of being drafted extremely high, and you get in there and it doesn't go well, and now you're being forced to face a different level of adversity that you possibly never had to go through, and you sometimes can destroy a guy's career before it even gets started. We look at everything that Zach Wilson's gone through with the Jets. Second overall pick, it hasn't been great, and now you're talking about bringing Aaron Rodgers. Where does he go from there? So that, to me, is the delicate situation of, yeah, you have this great plan, things don't go well, what do you do from there? Do you just stick with it? I think with Green Bay, they had Brett Favre. With we look at with the Chiefs, they had Alex Smith. He was playing well. If that guy in front is not playing well, what do you do?
Yeah, ideal situation, you always love to rest.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. The fans start calling for a guy at some point. My big thing for Anthony Richardson is I love to see him be on a team where his offensive staff can really develop him. And you look at the teams that have an offensive-minded head coach, a guy that can develop and spend time with them and not feel like you put him in a box. Because a lot of times you see these young quarterbacks and you say, hey, just become a pocket passer. Don't use your legs at all. That's not the best way to use Anthony Richardson. Let him be him. And so if you look at the Colts, they've got a Shane Steichen there. He's been there with Jalen Hurts before. That makes a lot of sense there. The Panthers probably go elsewhere. But that staff, great staff for developing a quarterback. Even if you went to the Raiders, even if you go down to the Vikings, if they made a move up. To me, those are the most intriguing teams because you have a guy who has unlimited talent. He's kind of like a ball of clay. And you need somebody that's going to be able to mold it the right way, or maybe he won't make it. There's been a lot of stories of guys who did not make it because of their situation. And so more than any other prospect in this draft, I think Anthony Richardson needs the right situation for him to be the quarterback that he believes he can be.
But talk about the humility, like coming in and being asked point blank, hey, you know, how do you feel about sitting behind a veteran quarterback? When we talk about some of these other guys, Will Levis, C.J. Stroud, Bryce Young, there's an assumption that they're automatically going to go out there. And that's a lot of pressure, right? But these guys are like, hey, I'm ready to join the league. I'm going to do this thing. With Anthony Richardson, he's like, listen, I don't have a ton of experience. I know I'm incredibly talented. I know I don't have a ton of experience. I have no problem. I have no ego in this, understanding I need to learn and adjust to the rhythm of the league. And there's something so incredible about that, to be able to say, hey, you're in this moment. You're living out your dream. You're going to be drafted here in less than 2 weeks, right? You're going to hear your name called and saying, you know what? I'm a grown man, and I have no ego and understanding. I need help. And I need development, and when the time is right, I'm going to be that guy. I love that.
It's great. There's so much to like. It's very dangerous, though. It's very dangerous falling in love with his 40 and his broad jump, and then it's also dangerous falling in love with his charisma because he's got a great personality. He's got. How's the football? Like, can we make sure that that's the priority? Because it's great that he comes out and says he needs help. There are some guys who don't need help in this draft. That's probably even better. So as much as I like him, and I'm as tempted to get him as the next guy. Just make sure the football is as good as the personality and, you know, the vertical jump. He's an amazing prospect as a conversation. I don't know if he's going to be an amazing player yet.
Yeah. Nobody knows, but you got to be willing to take that chance, right? Scared money doesn't make money. Somebody's going to take that
terrifying
chance.
thing in sports, the NFL draft.
Right?
Yes.
I know. But also, shout out to Cam Wolf, NFL.com, the feature you did with Anthony Richardson coming out soon, yeah?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right,
Week of the draft.
Okay.
Thank
We'll
you.
dig in.